Number 2, I want to lose fat. I should get my heart rate in the fat burning zone.
What the is a fat burning zone? Tell me about
it. The fat burning zone was all the rage in the late 90s and early 2000s. It's basically a zone where you're burning fat. So, but like the kicker of that is we're actually burning fat most of the
I'm
day.
not just burning fat all the time.
No, you are burning fat all the time. Actually.
Okay, I'm like, that was my question. Thank you so much for fixing that for me.
It is our preferred energy source at rest. So like, fat takes a long time.
Someone asked me how keto tricks our body into burning fat, and I just want to be like, our body does burn fat. That's what it does. We don't have to
keto is interesting, and we could probably talk. It's so delayed with the comments. Aaron, we are well beyond suitcase carries. All right, so like we could go on a tangent about keto and what it does and all that kind of stuff.
Let's just go to heart rate and burning calories.
So the article was all about we need to keep our heart rate in the specific zone in order to burn fat. Well, like it's true, but like technically we're really burning fat most of the time. Okay, some people are better at it than others. Some people are more efficient. They might use more fat than others, depending on like your body type and your metabolism and all that fun stuff. But like fat is our main fuel source. Like it is what we use if we're not directly deriving calories from the foods that we eat, right? So if we're in a fasted state and our body cannot get fuel from something that we intake, it is taking it from our body, which is a storage unit for energy, right? And fat is the biggest storage unit for energy because we can store 9 calories per gram of fat, right? So we can get 9 calories out of it, which is it's going to turn into a lot more energy, right? And at the end of the day, a gram of fat is going to produce a lot more ATP, which is kind of the energy system of our body. It's the energy currency of our body than a gram of carbohydrates will, okay? Because it just goes through a long, slow cycle to convert that. So we are burning fat most of the time, okay? So we shouldn't necessarily think about a workout as fat burning, right? Because like if I need to burn more fat, I should just go be more active. Right? I should just go for more walks, do more hikes, go for more bike rides, okay? And just kind of go out there and have fun. You're going to be in fat burning zone the entire time, right?
And let's be real, being in the fat burning zone, having fun is way more fun than being in the fat burning zone doing push-ups. Like it really is. Like,
or like on the treadmill or whatever. And so when we think about a workout, we think about like adaptation. So we're trying to create some sort of adaptation in the body, or we're trying to create some effect. And actually a big effect from workouts, especially from a strength standpoint, is the hormonal effect that we get from really challenging our body and challenging that strength. We get the output of growth hormone and these other kind of feel-good hormones that we get from working out, especially at an intensity, right? And so, yes, when we increase our intensity past a certain heart rate, we're going to shift our body away from fat and into more carbohydrates. And we're going to use either carbohydrates that we have in our system, in our bloodstream, or we're going to start converting glucagon, which is the storage component of carbohydrates, into glucose to then use as energy. Well, convert to ATP to get it energy.
Glucogenesis. Right? We're going to turn glucose into energy.
Right. So what happens then is that is converted into energy much quicker than fat is, okay? So when I start working at a higher intensity, I need energy now, right? To keep sprinting, I need energy now. And if I were to rely on fat, I would not get that energy now, okay? I would get that energy in 2 or 3 minutes, but I need it instantly, okay? I need it right now. And so that's why our body shifts into more of a carbohydrate burning phase. It's actually really cool, which allows us to do lots of really cool things. And so when our heart rate gets up above a certain level, yes, we're burning a lot more carbohydrates, but we're also working at a higher intensity. We're probably creating more like micro damage in our body, which then requires a stronger repair process, which ultimately ends up burning more calories over time. And so like at the end of the day, like we're always in fat burning mode. And if you want to burn more fat, just go be more active. And then if you want to work out at an intensity that challenges your body to change, right? because then we create this like oxygen debt, which we have to recover from, which then ultimately burns more calories over the course of, you know, the next 24, 48 hours. So if you're coaching a client and they only have 3 hours a week to work out, what type of training do you prioritize?
Are you asking me?
I'm pointing at you. I was pointing at you. I was pointing at you right there.
Oh, me? I didn't know if like you were asking them.
No, you, coach.
What kind of exercise am I going to prioritize for me, myself, my eye?
No, you have a client that wants to lose fat. They only have 3 hours a week to exercise. What exercise?
We're going to strength train.
Yeah, right. We're going to strength train. You're not going out and doing, you're not walking for 3 hours, which would be good, but not optimal. No,
like it's kind of like the people who are like right now, like instead of hopping on Team Training Live or doing the recordings, are like, well, I'm walking more. And it kind of goes to the same thing. It's not going to create an adaptation to your body. In strength training, we're able to adjust weights, adjust tempos. It gives us more there's more options for variability to challenge your body to make adaptations for you to get to your goals.
Right. And like at the end of the day, in any sort of like weight loss, fat loss phase, the number one priority is preserving muscle, because most people that just diet, maybe they go on one of those extreme diets. I won't name any names of the certain things out there, but you guys know probably what I'm talking about. Really low calorie, proteinish diets, right? They go on that and they actually end up losing a significant amount of muscle because their body doesn't have enough calories to survive. So it has to use its own resources. So it uses a lot of fat, but it also breaks down a lot of muscle. And then when our muscle leaves our body, our metabolism starts to drop big time. And now we're not burning as many calories at rest, which is ultimately the goal of what we want to do. And if we add strength training into that, now all of a sudden our body will preserve more muscle because we're challenging it. And so that's why strength training is definitely, and you're gonna still get your heart rate up. You're still gonna burn a bunch of calories. You're gonna preserve muscle. It's like strength training is like
the best bang for your buck.
Yes, absolutely. If you don't have much time,
well, okay,
challenging.
Like you also like what, like I would say like a hypertrophy style of strength training as well. Like I necessarily wouldn't be on a like pure strength style training in this as well. Like, so we're talking 8 to 10 reps. Basically, I'm talking about the workout that everyone did today in deep training. It was a density set of 8 to 10 reps, 7 minutes working and resting as you need to. Like that is a perfect like workout for exactly what we're talking about.
Right. And so then if we have more time, kind of the next, so we have what's called like a hierarchy of fat loss, right? Hierarchy of fat loss. Number one is nutrition. Okay. If we're not fixing nutrition, we're not fixing anything. Okay. Unless you're a collegiate athlete and you're exercising 3 to 4 hours a day. Okay, I can see getting away with bad nutrition and still being at a pretty good body composition. Actually, I've seen it. Then,
were you the living example of that?
No, I actually cared a lot about nutrition, but many of my teammates did not, and it caught up with them after college. So next one is strength training, right? So we want to get 2 to 3 hours of strength training in a week, or 2 to 3 kind of sessions of strength training in a week. And then next would be our high intensity interval training, right? Where we're challenging intensity. It's not very long, maybe about 20-minute sessions, okay? Challenge intensity because it's going to create a kind of an afterburn effect where we burn more calories. We actually elevate our metabolism for the next 24, some science says 48 hours. And so you're burning more calories at rest because that's the goal. Like we want to burn more calories while we're hanging out. We don't want to have to like go do more stuff to burn more calories, but it's still good to do stuff. And then after that, now we start moving into like long, slow intensity type of days, right? When we're talking about fat loss. So yeah, I mean, you have to figure out what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, and then put the appropriate pieces into play, right?
Well, and the other thing that's important is how quickly do you want to do it? Like, I don't think that too often we talk about like, okay, I want to lose weight. Well, like, what's your timeline? And like, how quickly can you lose the weight based on like the time you have available to train? Really optimizing the time that you spend training. I think so often that we don't optimize the time that we have, just even in general in our day. So like we so often use the excuse that we don't have time. Start logging what you do all day long. And you will find an hour of time you spent scrolling on the internet.
And it doesn't even need to be an hour. It could be 3 10-minute sessions. So like some of my clients that are super busy, we've just decided to split their workout up into like 10-minute sessions. So you're going to do 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 10 minutes there. And by the end of the day, you're going to accumulate 40 to 60 minutes of like workout, right? But we just split it up.
Okay, so I want to know, when is the last time you trained for a full hour consecutively?
It's been a really long time.
Okay, so mine was,
maybe a Saturday when I didn't have kids and I didn't want to go back home.
Mine would have been like during when I was training to do that Ollie competition, because I had to train a certain way and there, trainings were broken up. But like even that way, I trained in splits. I did 2 45-minute splits to do my hour-and-a-half session, because doing a full hour at a time is too hard.
To be healthy and just kind of optimize your body, there's no reason to be in training for more than, I would say, even 45 minutes, including warm up and cool down and all that kind of stuff. You should be in and out. I'd rather have someone train more frequently, but less time. Like 30 minutes a day, every day of the week versus 4 days a week for an hour, right?